This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Hello.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on another weekly live stream over on Movie Chats. This week, we are looking at reviewing 2022. We have some special guests. They'll be popping on in a couple of minutes. We have my lovely assistant and wife, Lana. She has joined us this week, and she's got a few things she wants to discuss and review herself. So she said she'll come and join us on this show. Steve, how's your week been, sir? I haven't heard much from you, so I take it you've been busy?
Yeah, I just was busy at work over Christmas, and then last couple of days, Lutland's not been well, so I've been knackered myself. Then I've been busy today moving stuff around. So, hey guys, hey everyone, hope you doing well.
Elaine has managed to catch us as well. Good evening.
I know, Elaine. Hello. Hey Pat. Hey Chris. I'm glad you're home safe and sound then now. I take it.
Yeah. So this week, with it being in between Christmas and New Year, it was supposed to be a nice, relaxing week, wasn't it? But it hasn't turned out that way.
So busy.
No, it's just, and before you realise it, tomorrow's Friday, and we're back in work on Tuesday. And where's the week gone?
My heart bleeds for you. Have you had one of those Christmas holidays?
Yeah.
Well, you had to take holidays, didn't you?
I didn't have to take it.
No,
I chose.
No,
to
you
take
didn't just get given the week
Yeah.
off. You had to take
it. I had to book holidays. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's just been mega busy, hasn't it? You've been painting your office, and I've been doing my Warhammers and stuff like that. And yeah,
She's been painting the proper stuff then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. She's been painting her office, not necessarily the proper stuff.
You've been doing the housework and you've been playing with your toys, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
as usual.
As usual, yeah. So we've got Chris and Belle. They're in. They got back about an hour or so ago. So glad you got back okay. Pat's in. Evening, Pat. We've got, like say, Queenie's in, and Coro's in. So if you've not said hello, then please do say hello. We have our first guest arrived. He's here.
Party.
I brought my dog, each brought his.
I can leave.
Evening, Andrew. How are you?
Good evening. I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Not so bad, thank you.
Hello, everybody.
That's not a usual background. Where are you, bud?
At my mum's. This is my new house. I've been painting.
I just noticed there went a load of tat about, so I guess that wasn't your house.
My house is tat free.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
No tat in my house. Just about it.
Just quality merch.
Chris is admiring the jersey in the background there, Steve.
It is. It's a really nice jersey. I'm not sure where I got it from now. I just can't recall. But, yeah.
Andrew?
Andrew? Yeah, hello.
You are live?
Was there a question?
Yeah, how's your Christmas been?
Oh, it's happened. I'm not a Christmas man.
No. You do well on this channel then, wouldn't you? I reckon next Christmas we'll host a Christmas special.
I'm a get it done, get back to the pub kind of person.
Yeah.
So,
did you watch all the Wallace and Gromit over Christmas?
No, I actually didn't. We watched Shaun the Sheep, didn't we?
We've watched that today, didn't we?
Yeah, but no, I actually didn't.
I think Leo's recorded them. Like, we've got them about 4 different versions of them, but I think he's recorded them. as well.
The wrong trousers was on Friday and on Christmas Day as well, wasn't
I
it?
think they're on again as well.
Yeah, they played them again, didn't they? So they had a whole day of them on Friday and then again on Sunday.
Jesus Christ! Do they think people's memories are that short that they can't, you know? Oh, I've forgotten an important plot point. I need to watch it again 2 days later.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed this particular plot point in the 50th time that we've seen it, is it again? You know? I don't know. So have you done your homework then, mate? Have you done your good, the bad and the ugly of 2022?
Absolutely, yes. Fully, completely. Without
Good
fail.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. It'll be interesting to see what little Steve's come up with because he usually likes different films to me and stuff like that, doesn't he? So it'll be interesting to see what we've all got on this. And Lana's got some good ones on her list as well.
Hey, Andrew, I found some the other day.
Oh, very nice.
Uh,
The Mighty Imps.
I thought of you.
Sponsored by that top quality coach company, Clefordian Coaches. Sleaford. Yeah.
Evening, Tori.
Sorry. Hey, Junie. Yeah, I saw that in the charity shop. I thought of you. You keep whinging that you're a Lincoln fan.
Best
So-
team in the world.
While we're waiting for the others to come on before we start, are you looking forward to the meetup then, guys, in March?
Yeah, it'd be good.
I intend to destroy Wetherspoons. There will no longer be a Chester Wetherspoons after my visit.
It's a good job there's two of them, isn't there? You know, one will survive.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I got a couple of cool Christmas prezzies. So show them while we're waiting.
Yeah, go on then.
So, the first one I got was I've not had it out of the box yet, but it's an ET mood light. So I think that the bicycle goes all the way around the moon, which is pretty cool. So Lou got me that one. Lou was very chuffed with this one. What's this?
Oh, no, I was quite envious of that when I saw that.
There's obviously plugs in and it lights up and everything. It's really cool.
It's the arc reactor from Iron Man. Then it's the Pop gives it to Tony.
Yeah.
Pop gives it to Tony.
So I was showing Steve and Lana before we come on, but I've got the exact same poster, so we can have matching posters now. It's really cool.
You do
Chris sent me a
realise
couple of it.
When you sleep over, you're gonna have to be looking at that all night.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're gonna put it above the bed. Do you know, like in some
Yeah, we're
like,
gonna put it here so
do
he
you-
has to look at it.
do you know, in some like cheesy hotels they have mirrors above the bed. We're gonna put the poster
on the
above the
ceiling.
bed, so when you look at it, you know.
Yeah, we could put it on the ceiling.
Like,
Chris
we have
sent me a
our,
couple,
we have our
Chris sent me a
section.
couple of cool ones, just quickly.
Go
I
on,
got Fast and Furious 5 on Steelbook. And then I received these yesterday. He sent me through one of the photocell ones of the Silver Surfer. Or
Ooh,
yeah,
very
Silver
nice.
Surfer, I think it is. That's cool.
Queenie, it's the 25th of March, and we're meeting in the Square Bottle in Chester.
Do you have Queen on Facebook?
Yes.
Just send her the thing.
In fact, I think I might have added it to the group already.
She's probably declined it. Right, I'm not going to that.
The 25th, 12 o'clock at the Square Bottle.
Yeah,
in
so the
Chester.
25th of March in Chester, Square Bottle,
12 o'clock.
it's 12 o'clock. There you go. She can hear you as well.
I know, but you shot really loud.
Right, ladies and gents, our next guest is on. So let's give a warm welcome to AJ. Good evening, AJ.
Hey, Bird.
Hello.
You're on mute.
Kid. Muted there. That was just in case you popped me on when I was having a conversation with someone else. How are we all? All good?
Yeah,
Not
not too
so
bad.
bad,
How's
mate.
your Christmas been?
Eventful, busy. Yeah, it was all right.
Did you get plenty of movie-related stuff?
I got mainly toys.
So did Steve.
It was like I'm a kid again, all over.
Well, Lana said to me the other day about buying toys and buying games when you're like 11 years old and stuff like that. And I'm like, I think I buy more toys and games now than I ever did when I was 11.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a case of, I don't know. The thing is, you know, anything else I want, I can buy, can't I? I can buy a box of shorts. I can buy, you know,
Aftershave.
Yeah, you know what I mean. What else is there to get? Get me some toys. At least make it fun. Come on.
Yeah. You know, I can't wait to have a proper tour around the room and stuff like that when it's done. And you know, Lana says that my room drives her nuts, and I haven't got around to showing you the pictures of AJ's that he's been sharing, have I yet? So yeah.
The thing is, what I've come to realise after the move, because everything's now sorted out, and it's I'm going to start in there. I'm going to start filming in there as of the 1st of January. It's like a fresh start, so to speak. I can't get much more. I can't, collectible wise. I'm going to have to knock it on the head. I've not got the room.
I'm at that particular point now. If I was to get anything of bigger than that,
yeah,
then I have to let something go.
You know, I'm going to send you something.
Yeah, I've got to step back. I've got to. You'll see. I mean, I've got a video Saturday talking about stopping collecting. I've got to stop. In every facet, pretty much. Obviously, I ain't going to stop with the comic books that I get. I'm not going to stop with the films, but certainly the bigger releases, the flamboyant releases come out. I'm feeling very. They don't. You know, every time I open them now, I'm thinking, the waste of money.
No.
Yeah, and I need to go back to just it being about the film rather than the releases. Do you know what I mean? Steelbooks I'll still get. It's the big ones. It's the big. But there we go.
Obviously, my Transformers isn't going to slow down. If I see a Transformer that I like that I've not got, or the ones that I have got, but I like the new release of them and they're better than the one I've got, and of course I'm going to pick that up. But I'm just being a bit more. I went through a stage at the boot sales. Oh, I like that. I'll pick that up. Oh, I like that. I'll grab that. And you know, and Lance is always saying to me, "Where's it going to go?" And I said, "I'll always find a space for it." But I've now literally running out of space now. I've got nowhere for it.
There is a simple solution: buy a bigger house. Problem sorted.
Yeah. I mean, I could spill into a second room, but the missus won't have that.
See, when we get the extension at the back of the house, it's going to be in my bar. It's going to be my bar. It's going to be my pool table, and I might move some of the artwork off the walls down there and movie theme the extension. She's saying no. I don't know if you can hear her there, but she's saying no. It is going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give Gareth a warm welcome as well? Evening, Gareth.
Merry New Year.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. How's your Christmas been?
Very quiet, luckily.
He always goes the extra mile, doesn't he? He's even got an hat on.
Well, at least this time he's wearing a t-shirt.
Coming off. Fine. I'll wrap up.
Go on. What did Santa bring you?
I got a newer PC, not a new PC, but a newer PC for doing this. So that's appreciated. Mm-hmm. And a few videos. So that's all I want.
Fair enough.
Right. So shall we get into the topic of conversation for this evening? So we are reviewing 2022. Okay. So this is the good, the bad, the ugly, the wish you never watched. We'll discuss it all. It's not just film. We can discuss TV or stream or anything that you've watched there, so we can have a good conversation over the span of the evening. Shall we start off with what you would consider to be the best film of the year so far? So what are you considering to be the best film of the year? Can I go first?
It's got to be. It's got. Go on, Lana.
Okay. Well, I think that 2022 really there hasn't been many films to choose from. So when I was looking through the list this afternoon, for me it had to be Super Pets.
Of all the films that have come out this year,
Films, so there's not a lot of choice.
Is that Academy acclaim? Super fair.
wow.
Yes, Super Pets.
I mean, you could have had.
Well, this is the great thing about movies, though, isn't it? It's subjective, really. It's everybody's own taste, you know, and that's why I like this community, because at the end of the day, we all have a different opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a poll and see what gets the most votes after this.
So for me, the biggest movie of the year has to be Maverick.
Yeah,
You know, we long-awaited sequel came out and it delivered exactly what it said it was going to deliver and more to me. You know, I've got other stuff there I'd like to talk about later on in the evening, but if we're just talking best film, it's got to be Maverick.
You mean Top Gun: A New Hope?
Top Gun: A New Hope.
That's the one.
If you're going to copy something, copy the best.
Oh, bless you. Matt says he's got COVID. Bless you. I hope you feel better soon, mate. Thanks for popping on. I appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, see, I'm torn. I really enjoyed Elvis. I haven't seen the new Maverick. I haven't seen Maverick yet because I was holding off.
Second best film of the year, and you've not even seen it.
Old enough for what?
Well, now I actually own a 4K telly, so I'm going to enjoy it in 4K. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Jesus Christ.
So that's what I was holding off for. But I was going to say,
you can watch it again. You don't just have to watch it once, you know. That's the brilliant thing about
now I knew there was a reason I bought them, you know. No, so that for me, I think Elvis was probably my best. I know Chris has just said the same. I really enjoyed Elvis. See you later, Lainey. Thank you, though. But having saying that, a close second I really enjoyed, which was very recent, was Violent Night. That was a good one for me. What, Kuro? What you take your cheeky sod?
Andrew?
There can only be one winner here, but you've already said it. It's the new Top Gun film, Maverick. The best film of the year. I mean, you know, they took Top Gun, a brilliant film, and it actually didn't ruin its legacy. So just for that alone, it's won, hands down. Just ahead of Super Pets, just ahead.
Closely followed by Super Pets.
Gareth?
I'm rather partial to the Batman, which I know is top on AJ's list.
Oh.
The Top Gun is very close second.
George Clooney, where are you?
I love some bat nips.
I think me and Gareth are going to have a falling out in a minute.
Cheers, Kuro.
AJ?
You know, I'm drawn, right? The film that I've watched the most this year is actually Spirited. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I've watched that so many times in the lead up to Christmas, and I love it. And it's certainly high up on films for the year. But I think top billing for me has got to go to All Quiet on the Western Front.
See, I haven't seen that yet. There's been a few people recommend it to me, and I know it's on Netflix, and I just haven't got around to watching it yet.
Yeah, I was blown away by it. I watched the German version, so I watched it subbed, and it didn't put a foot wrong. Didn't put a foot wrong at all. Yeah, it was just marvelous, and so much so that in every scene I'm looking for details to take me out of the film. That's how detailed the movie was in the trenches and that. I was looking for stuff that sort of took me away from, I was trying to spot something that was wrong in the film, and I just couldn't do it. The eye for detail was perfect. Yeah, so I've got to go with that.
Good stuff. So some good suggestions there.
Top Gun would be somewhere in the top few. Yeah, but no, this film hands down.
Yeah, some good suggestions there. Apart from the Batman, like I say,
you've got to admit with Batman though, mate. You got to admit that Patterson did a good job.
The thing with Batman for me is that they never they had some good scenes, but they just fell short of being great scenes. They never pushed it enough for me. They just did enough just to take the right. We've now got that right done. Let's move on. Right, we've done that. Now let's move.
I think all their equipment was stolen by Scousers, so they had a little trouble.
That's true.
So they couldn't finish the film as much as they wanted.
Speaking of which, you should see Steve's lighting set up in there. It's really good. How
did you not know that Scouse is a stew? Where have you been living your whole life?
So the thing with the Batman is that the way it was teased, and if you watch the show at the start of the year, I had such high hopes for this film. I thought it was going to really blow us away when I was reading up on it, and I tried to avoid the trailers as much as I could, and stuff like that after watching the first trailer, and I just come out of that. And I think if you watch my review of the Batman, that was literally about 10 minutes out after coming out the cinema of watching it. It was, I just didn't see what everyone was raving about. I just couldn't, I just couldn't connect with it. And like I say, there's so many good scenes that could have been great, and they just don't deliver it. They drop the ball so many times in that film, to the point where we watched it when we came back from. Where were we when we watched it, Steve? Was it the first night you came up, wasn't it? You watched it.
Yeah.
Before we went on the film.
Yeah.
And I said to Steve, we'll watch this for 3 hours and you tell me if I'm wrong at the end of it. And he had exactly the same thoughts that I had.
Is it above or below Con Air for you? Oh, so you got to think about this one.
Yeah. If I had to reach for one of them to use as a life preserver if I fell off a boat, it'll be Con Air. Yeah.
The problem I had with the Batman, and I've said this, is it's gone for such a realistic approach that once you remove any fantastical, which the film did, all you're left with is a man in a silly suit.
Yeah.
And you see that for what it is. You see the ludicrousness of that. And that's what that film highlights.
But the thing for me, though, was we get given a good story to start off with, and then halfway through the film, two of the storylines just open up for no reason at all. And it's like, why all of a sudden are we chasing Catwoman and we're chasing, someone else, and then they're trying to pull it all back together in that last 20 minutes of the film, or what you think is the last 20 minutes of the film. But then you've got another half an hour of that afterwards about the sports centre.
Yeah,
it had perfect places to finish the film. But then it just carries on for no reason.
For me, the logical conclusion point of that film would have been where he's facing the Riddler in the cell.
Yeah.
With a glass between them. The Riddler gets all his bombs are set off, the city's flooded, and at that point you realise the Riddler's won, has won this round, so to speak, and Batman's left there helpless. lead into the next one, instead of giving you an ending where he's just fighting essentially Riddler cosplayers.
So that leads on to my next question. Worst movie of 2022? I think I've just talked about mine.
I see. I'd said to you before we started, a lot of the movies that have been absolutely slated this year, I've managed to avoid. But the one for me that really sort of let me down is probably Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
I was really, really looking forward to that being sort of part of this trilogy that they'd done, and the way that they went with it was just fucking lazy. It was just terrible, and then we literally had to wait until the end of the movie to get the 10 minutes we wanted. So for me, that was probably the most disappointing movie this year.
Andrew, worst movie of the year so far?
Spirited. Gotta be Spirited. It's got Ryan Reynolds in, so straight away that's always going to put it up there. It's musical, it's Christmas themed, and it's and I won't spoil because I know some people haven't watched it, but it's just ridiculous. I mean, how does he become American? He's a Victorian bloody gentleman from bloody things in London, not American, but anyway.
This is just controversy wherever you go.
So Spirited.
I don't have one because, like I said, I think this year for films has been very dry. There's not really been much out. Everything I've watched has just been okay, and then all the ones that I didn't like the look of, I just don't watch. So I don't think there's a film from this year that I've watched that says it was really bad, because I haven't watched any. I just don't think there's been much out. I was saying before to Steve that I've been to the cinema 3 times. Well, yeah, the Nan movie was this year. That was good, but not like amazing. And then I watched another one around Halloween time called Pray for the Devil, which again was good, but not amazing. And then Maverick was the other one. And then the only other one I've watched was Super Pets, so I don't think I really have that one.
I can see that ended up being the top of your list then.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete's got a good point there, and I'll move on to other bad films later on, and we'll discuss Love and Thunder. I just want to address Kathy's point. Kathy, I'm really sorry if you do get some spoilers in tonight's show. Obviously, we're all talking about films that we've seen and we haven't seen, so things might slip out. So, yeah, there might be the odd occasional spoiler there. I'm sorry, dear. Gareth, worst film of the year?
Most of the big ones, I think. Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, Jurassic World Dominion. I don't know. They're all so low. I didn't even watch Wakanda Forever because I gave up.
No, I haven't braved that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shit.
Son.
Wakanda.
But yeah, I think there's massive disappointment in Marvel this year.
Yeah. Now the thing with Black Panther is that they labour on the point that he's died. They labour on it. The whole film's based around the fact that he died, and unfortunately he passed away. But he never passed away at a time where the script was fully written. He hasn't passed away while they were halfway through filming it. There was just no reason for them to labour it so much. They did a beautiful job in that first 10 minutes of paying tribute to him. But after that, move on. You've got a new Black Panther. You've got new characters coming in. You've got a whole new storyline. There's no need to labour it through 2.5 hours worth of film.
AJ? Weren't they? So one of the other things I was talking about was to Lana before we came on was a lot of the stuff I've watched this year predominantly has been sort of TV shows or mini series. There's been a plethora of them over streaming and stuff like that. So has anybody got sort of their top one for this year?
You gonna go first?
Can I just say that my worst film of the year was Men?
Oh, sorry. AJ.
It wasn't that, as people might believe. No, it was Men.
Man.
Hideous.
Men in general.
Why was it?
Sorry.
Why? Now I need to know why was that so ranked so low?
It's just it hates on men. It really does.
Okay.
It basically the ending of it when Rory Kinnear is birthing himself over and over again, which is a scene that your jaw's just on the floor with it.
Yeah.
And basically what the film's got to say, because he plays every male part in it. So what it's saying is that men are all the same. With the birthing stuff at the end, that's metaphorical for men through generationally. Men are all the same; they don't change. It was just a horrid film, horrid film. Sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Like I completely missed you. Sorry, buddy.
It's not one I've heard of. It's not one that's popped up on our radar. And is it worth
avoided.
It's not one I'm looking forward to watching now. Cheers to that, man.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Save me 90 minutes.
Good luck.
So, favorite TV show of the year, best TV show of the year that you guys have watched.
So, again, a lot of the TV I've watched this year isn't from this year. But I'd say maybe just because it's recent in my mind, but I think I'm going to say The Traitors. I was talking to little Steve about this, and I was just so hooked on it. I was obsessed. If you've seen it, you need to just binge watch it. I'd say the first episode or so, I was kind of like, yeah, it looks all right. But then once you get past maybe the second episode, I was absolutely hooked. So that's definitely one for me. And then my other one is just Married at First Sight, because that's another one. I'm just
you two have lived on that for the last 12 months.
We have.
Yeah.
You have.
Well, there's a lot of series. There's like 8 from Australia. There's New Zealand. There's the UK, which has just had a new series. And there's an American one, but I don't watch that.
I tell you what, though, if you are dating an Australian woman, I'd be worried. They are fucking psychos.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's
Not
just
generalizing or anything.
It's an easy watch, and it's just really good.
No, but I do agree with that. I enjoyed that Traitors. That was good.
Yeah, my number one, it probably is Traitors, because one of my favourite TV shows ever is Line of Duty, and we haven't had one this year because otherwise it'd be that. So,
no, same here.
Traitors probably.
Have you heard that they're looking at bringing out 3 episodes, like a 3-part special, to wrong the rights for Call of Duty or Line of Duty? Sorry.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're looking at filming them next year. 3-part special.
Yeah, they've all signed on again, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
I think they're calling it a series, but it's not a series, is it? It's more like a mini series. So let's do this in reverse. AJ, your best TV program.
Oh, that's quite a tough one actually, because you've had the Star Wars stuff, you've had the Marvel stuff, you've had like Peacemaker, things like that. But I would have to say Star Trek, Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Okay. It's shown that they can do a decent Star Trek series after the missteps that have been discovered in Picard. You know, and Anson Mount just commands the screen as Christopher Pike. I think that's the one that's come off the best for me.
Yeah, Discovery took a bit of a weird turn, hasn't it, the last couple of seasons? And I think that's going to be really difficult to catch up. Did you see the meme that was going around of Burnham talking to Janeway?
Say that again, sorry?
Have you seen the meme that's going around about Burnham talking to Janeway?
Yes, the crying.
Yeah. Yeah. I just found that was just so funny.
Yeah.
Gareth, best TV?
Either Reacher or The Terminal List. Sort of action thrillers, 90s style.
Yeah, I love Reacher. I haven't seen Terminal List yet. It's on my list to watch. So yeah.
The problem with Reacher, I mean, I really enjoyed Reacher, but he's just too good at everything.
He is awesome.
He can just do anything. He's like a walking Swiss Army knife. It doesn't matter what it is. He's got an answer for it. You know what I mean? That's the only issue I have with it.
He was unstoppable.
Yeah, he doesn't seem flawed in any
way. The guy that meets the A-Team.
Sold.
But it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It's just that was just like nagging at me.
Yeah, I can see that. He knew everything, and he was just strong as shit. So
He
yeah,
had the answer. He knew how to do everything. Yeah. Yeah.
well, yeah, that is how he is in the books, I guess. But so yeah, they did carry that
Yeah.
over.
So,
So before we go to Andrew here, we've got Kathy saying Below Deck.
I've not watched that.
No, we've not seen any of that yet. We've got Jerry saying Gogglebox.
no,
Jim-
Inside Man and Bad Sisters.
Yeah. Then
She's
you've
not saying.
How can you have Gogglebox? Because that's just a series.
No, she
of
didn't.
people
She
that-
said she'd seen
No, sorry,
something.
I've misread it. I'm scrolling quite quick. Alvin and Lindsay and Alvin are saying Stranger Things.
They all look
Yeah.
about 25 in it now, though, and they're supposed to be 12.
Well, this is the thing. Stranger Things for me was definitely a highlight this year. Definitely one that I enjoyed. I had Obi-Wan on there because I thought that was what we were missing in Star Wars. I enjoyed that.
Have we moved on to your turn of how to do mine?
No. I'm
So,
just
you
saying.
missed AJ out on the last round. It's just your turn to
Yeah.
miss.
I'm fucking saying nothing. Right, carry on.
I wish you wouldn't. Anyway, go on, Andrew.
I'm going to go with the two shows that have surprised me most this year, which is Wednesday, which I thought I would hate, but was really good, and The Peripheral on Amazon Prime, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, probably those. And a special mention for the Lazarus Project or whatever it was on Sky.
Yeah.
You can go now, Steve.
No, I was just thinking, is there anybody else that wants their turn before me?
I'll jump in if you don't mind, mate. 'Cause I've not done yet.
Go on then, hurry up.
Go on. What have you got?
No, I think Matt was just saying Obi-Wan as well. I think I enjoyed Obi-Wan. Wednesday was a nice surprise. And then the other one I enjoyed was that Inventing Anna. That was good. I enjoyed that.
See, where do I start for my TV? Because there's been so much stuff that I've loved that
You've had time to watch.
I found Obi-Wan was disappointing in the middle. I didn't like Endor. I thought Endor was really, really slow all the way through. For me, the big hitters was Wednesday. Obviously, that just gets you hooked. But I've also had second seasons of Alice in Borderlands recently.
Yes.
That I binge watched that's a definitely watch. If you've not seen that, go and watch it. House of Dragons, Reacher, Halo. You can't have a review of the year without looking back at Halo. You know,
We can't have a stream without mentioning Halo.
no. Strange New Worlds is another one. There's been so many great TV series for me. It's dead weird because we have my TV time, we have Lana's TV time, and we have joint TV time. So
There's just so much TV time. I don't know how you fit it all in, to be
we
honest.
get it all in. I know. But to me, it's a toss up between the second season of Alice in Borderlands and Strange New Worlds.
I think it's too early to be talking about that one yet, innit? But we binge watched that this week.
What, the second series?
Yeah, I think we cleared it in. We might have done it in 2 nights, but it was a couple of late nights, put it that way.
Oh, I did it in the day. It was released last Thursday and it was done just before we went live. So, no, I really did enjoy that. I did enjoy that. Halo was really, really good. I like the way how they kept some of the core story, but then they also jumped into the beta stories as well and sort of mixed and matched.
Yeah.
I thought that was done quite well. Like I say, the big surprise for me was Wednesday. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, especially after the way that you said it was sort of like a Harry Potter sort of school type sort of scenario.
Tim Burton movie.
Yeah. I've read a couple of articles, but I think there's clutching at straws with those 30 Easter eggs that are supposed to be in there because of black and white bag of sweets. It's not necessarily meant to be Beetlejuice, but okay, we'll go with that because that's what someone said it was. But no, like I say, it has been a good year for TV. I think with is that my daughter? You cheeky bastard. Yeah.
Did you watch Alfred King or Stallone?
I think with COVID and with them stopping making big blockbuster movies, and they spent the time sort of planning these TV series properly, and I think it's worked for them. You know, in my opinion.
Can Steve have his go now?
Yeah, go on, Steve. Steve said this go.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one that Cherry's just messaged on there about, which was the Tinder swindler. That was good.
It was all right. It's just very all right.
If you wanted a documentary to prove how fucking stupid women are, that's the one. I'm sorry. The first lady in the Tinder swindler, she had a legitimate issue because she was going out with him, or she thought she was. The second woman was just paying for him because she thought she was being nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah, it was another Netflix one that's like 2 hours of your life that could have been about 40 minutes.
That's true.
oh well, there you go. See, Sherry's seeing it from a different point of view there.
Yeah, as you've just annoyed half the population that are watching us. Thanks for that, mate.
I'm sorry, but gullible might be the way forward.
So Matt's asked, has anybody seen Way of Water?
Avatar.
That's
Not yet.
Avatar.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. No, I'm a bit on the fence. I was really looking forward to it, but the reviews haven't been 100% great, have they? So
it looks beautifully filmed. I just don't know if I've got 3 hours to waste.
No. Plus, adverts, trailers, get into the cinema and everything. Yeah.
I'm going to watch it in the IMAX 4D next week.
That's I don't have that nearby.
Oh, what's that? That's another one been mentioned. Upload. Just mentioned it. Alvin and Lindsay and Alvin have just mentioned it, and then Cherry's just said it's really good.
It's boring.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that.
No. Okay, going down our list. Surprisingly good movies. So a film that you've not known anything about and you've got in it surprised you.
Black Phone.
I mean, every film I've wanted to see, I've seen a spoiler-filled review on Movie Chat's channel.
Oh right, yeah. Steve's been on, yeah.
Actually, the one that I thought I would absolutely hate but didn't was Batman. I did enjoy watching it, although I did watch it in 2 parts.
No, for me, I really enjoyed Black Phone. I tried to stay away from everything leading up to it, but it just intrigued me, and I really enjoyed that movie. So.
Okay, Gareth, film that you've watched that surprised you?
The Grey Man. I enjoyed that quite a lot more than I thought I would. I thought it'd be a bit rubbish, but yeah.
I did enjoy that one as well. I thought that was really well done. AJ?
I was going to say Black Phone, but I'm going to say, thinking about it, I think Pearl.
Okay.
The sequel to X, because I hated it. I didn't like it at all. Not my cup of tea whatsoever. So I wasn't interested in Pearl at all. However, I sat down and watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a different beast altogether. It's not as horror orientated. It ain't horror orientated like X is. More of a psychological story, and it's about one individual person, the girl, and how she becomes, how she is. So it's a study, it's a character study of her and the effects of what turns her the way she is. So yeah, I'd have to say that I thought it was very good. I was blown away by it, really.
Babes?
Well, for me, it'll probably shock you all, but I'd never seen the first Top Gun. So when Steve said, "Do you want to go and watch it?" I was like, not particularly bothered, but yeah, all right then. There's aeroplanes in it, I'll go. And I actually really enjoyed it.
I never actually told her what
Maverick.
Maverick, yeah. I never actually told her what the first Top Gun was about. You know, so she went.
I think you gave me a really small snippet, so I knew what I was going to say.
She went in quite blind about it, and then when we explained what the first Top Gun was after the film, she went, "I'm so glad she saw the second one first."
Yeah, because the first one's
It's a
more
better
like Dovey, whereas the second one's more like fighter jets. So I think the second one's definitely more my thing. So
I hadn't seen Top Gun until the day before I went to see Top Gun Maverick.
I think it was quite easy to follow as well with me not seeing the first one. It was like you pointed out who was it, Penny? Is she called?
Penny, yeah.
You pointed out who she is, and then the Iceman. I think the
Iceman,
old guy. Yeah, I can't remember. You pointed out those two, who they were, and that's all you have to tell me. I think the rest of it was quite easy for me to follow, which is good for me because I don't like having to think too much.
Well, that brings me nicely onto a little pickup I picked up this week.
Did you get the double box set?
No, this is the steelbook version of the first one, 4K. With a little...
You've got too much money, you have.
No, this is. I had the other one in 4K, but I didn't have this one, so I was really chuffed to pick that one up.
Yeah, I was looking at picking up the double box set, but it was like 25 quid. For me, the two that surprised me. The first one was Samaritan. That's
the Prime, innit? The Amazon one.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be good, and it was. That surprised me how good it was for an Amazon type movie. And Prey. Now, again, if you watch the show, I slated the idea of Prey, going back to Indians and all this lot, and you know they struggling to kill a predator with guns off a helicopter. So how's she going to kill him for fucking stick on a rope? And so, you know, and it was quite well done. I actually did enjoy it, and I enjoyed the little Easter egg to avoid spoilers at the end. And you know there's going to have to be another film because the Predators get that back at some point. So you know it was quite well done. But yeah, the Samaritan was quite good. I quite like the twist in the Samaritan towards the end when you realise, you know, it's not all as it seemed, and that was quite good. But for me, the most surprising one was Clerks 3. You know, I found that was quite emotional towards the end of Clerks 3. And you don't expect it from that type of film. Know what the first two were.
Yeah.
Characters there. So, yeah, Clerks 3. If you haven't gone to see that's surprisingly good. Next on the list.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not spoilers.
Skirting around spoilers.
I haven't spoiled anything there. I haven't said anything.
You've told us that there's something in Prey now to watch at the end. Yeah. I'm just going to go
reference to Predator 2.
Andrew, did you go back and watch it after
No,
I was telling you it's Predator?
No, I've not watched it yet. I think I'm going to have to be really bored to watch it.
Anybody else seen Glitch?
No.
We
need to stop making notes of all these.
Yeah, well, I've got a few here at the minute.
So, okay, next category on Lana's list. So, just so you know, Lana has wrote this down. So she's
Well, Lana's got a list that nobody else has got.
You're trying to ruin it?
Wish I never watched Wished I never watched. Now, this could be TV, it could be film, it could be, TV or film.
I'll start then. So mine were all TV. Like I said, I just don't think this year's been great for TV or film. I think maybe it's still like what's the opposite of backlog from COVID? You know how there's not really much been made.
Yeah.
So the ones that I have thought of is The Capture on BBC. I don't know. We watched the first one. It was all right. The ending was very stupid, I think.
They could have just left it at the end.
Yeah, and then they made the second series, so we thought, okay, this one might be better. And again, it wasn't. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't great. The same with The Suspect on ITV. It's like murder mystery. If you haven't seen it, it was good. The series was good, but then the ending wasn't that great, and it was another one that dragged out. It could have been quicker than it was. And then the other one on ITV is The Walk-In. I like the sound of the blurb, what it was about. Thought it might be good. Got a few episodes in, and it was just really, really bored. So
the Walk-In is a combo from This Is England, Survived and got to old age.
Yeah, but the way they did it, I don't know. Again, they just drag it out a bit. It just wasn't very exciting. I was really looking forward to it, and it wasn't good.
Now there was one on there that we didn't know if we were going to add or not, which was Boiling Point, Steve, because one of the release dates says it was August 2021, and one said it was January 2022. So yeah, either way, it's awful, and we wish we hadn't watched it.
No.
A movie of all time I wish I never watched was Boiling Point. But yeah, just the TV series this year just haven't been that exciting. You know, the adverts look good, and then you watch it, and it's like, oh, is that it?
No, yeah, I agree with you on that. Some of them have been quite dire. I'm going to say Troll, because I was looking forward to that movie, and it really didn't do anything to blow me away, and the ending was crap. So that's one I wish I hadn't watched, to be honest. I've heard The Troll Hunter is a far better film.
I'm just trying to think. The Troll. That's one of these Scandinavian movies, isn't it? That's popping up.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Because that's on
Netflix.
At the moment, is it on Netflix? Is it Troll?
The Troll is, yeah. But it was not long released. But I give it a go, and let's say it's a dubbed movie. But I don't know. I just felt like I'd lost time watching it.
Andrew,
I definitely Boiling Point. That should be on there every year. That was just a boring, pointless film.
It wasn't.
I completely agree.
Waiting for something to happen. I mean, no. Boiling
That's
Point.
what I mean. I can't understand what anyone's seen in it. Nothing happened. You know, you might say isn't it amazing how we filmed this all in one shot, but great.
Yeah.
I could put my camera in my window and film what happens outside, and more would happen than did in that film.
If you want one shot feature length special, watch Drinking with Andrew. That's all you need.
That's 7 hours you never get back.
Gareth.
They Them. It's supposed to be a summer camp slasher, but it was only one of those things.
I thought that was a pronoun.
Yeah, it was all about that being converted by Christian people.
Really?
So Lana's just said that's the comment of the week.
That one's not.
God, I don't know. I don't understand it. Boiling Point. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. At least somebody's on the side of that.
I don't know. I think you're on your own little planet.
This is coming from the man that thinks Zombievers is the best movie ever made.
Zombievers was much better than Boiling Point.
Well, at least something happened in Zombievers.
AJ.
Can I say Men again?
Yeah.
But if I have to go with something else, I'd probably have to say over Christmas. I watched Jack Frost for the first time.
Oh yes.
Talking about the Michael Keaton one.
I was going to say which one, the one Michael Keaton one or the Killer Snowman one.
No, not the Snowman one, but what I call it, Jack Frost and the 97 minutes I lost. That's what I call it. Yeah, that's
the only saving grace with that is that it is only 97 minutes. You know, that was released at a time where Christmas movies were just an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
You know, for me, see, I'm torn. I'm torn against Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Or the Resident Evil series on Netflix. You know, that new Resident Evil was just so bad. And I had to watch the whole series to see if it got any better, to see if we were actually going to get a second season out of it. And yeah, it was just 2 days of my life.
What, if you don't made your mind up straight off the bat? That's unusual.
You
actually put the effort in to watch the rest of it?
Yeah, because I
wonder why it's got cancelled.
I was sort of hoping it was going to be really, really good. The last couple of episodes will pick up when we get to where we need it to be for it to get a good second season. And they even condemned it, how poorly written it. And these were the people that were writing the episodes.
Yeah, I did review it. Men.
Men.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just saw the comment come up at the bottom. But yeah, so for me, it was Thor: Love and Thunder or Resident Evil.
So I never got past episode 1 of Resident Evil. I watched episode 1. That was it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it because it was terrible.
Anymore.
No, it was just shockingly bad. Shockingly bad. The
best Zombievers movie you'll ever see, that, mate.
Just like Tyre, the best killing Tyre movie ever made.
There's no arguing that. It's the best Killer Tyre horror movie you'll ever see.
Wait, that's Rubber.
Rubber.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I've got it on Blu-ray upstairs.
Yeah, so have I.
And I picked Zombievers up the other week cheap.
Yeah, you can't
non-zombie beavers in Zombie.
You haven't picked up a copy of Rubber based on our show, have you? Because the sales of Rubber went through the roof.
No, I've had the sequel out on Netflix. It was that good.
I've had that for years since when it first came out.
Yeah. What's your next one there? Summary, terrible.
Yeah, my summary is that it was pretty terrible. So in like 10 years' time, when you're doing the wheel and you come up with 2022, I think you'll be in about 5 minutes. Because there just wasn't much going on.
Terrible year.
Yeah. Hopefully next year's better. I was looking forward to the new Insidious that we were meant to be getting this year, which we haven't had.
You say that there's not been that many good films.
Yeah, but it's all sci-fi. If you don't like sci-fi or comics, there's not really anything.
See, because when we were doing the homework, we were sat there watching celebs go dating as we were doing the homework. And I've got down on my good list. I've got Black Adam, Bullet Train, The Grey Man, Top Gun Maverick, Prey, Samaritan, The Adam Project, Clerks 3, Violent Night.
Bloody Ryan Reynolds again. Get rid of it.
Nothing great.
What about Ambulance?
I did put Ambulance
Have you
down.
seen it?
It's too long to be rewatchable.
Okay.
I haven't seen Ambulance there.
And one of the sort of fun movies this year for me was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I think that's Nick Cage playing Nick Cage, which is ultimately what he does in every movie. But sort of taking the mick of himself. I think that I enjoyed that. I watched one the other week that I put down on my worst list, which was called Don't Worry, Darling.
Was that like a love story or something?
That's supposed to be quite good, though, isn't it? That's Harry Styles and Florence Pugh.
Yeah, it's
Harry Styles.
It's but this is it. I mean, it's not amazing. I didn't really massively enjoy it.
isn't that the one they all fell out with each other as well during the promotion of it? So that none of them would speak to each other or promote the film properly.
Surprise me.
There was some big falling out. I can't remember if it was that one or it was a different one. Something involving One Direction.
Wow. Yeah, I think I want to know when they're releasing that on Blu-ray. You know, that Violent Night, because I want to pick it up. Top Gun was super fun, but nope.
I can do a copy on Blu-ray for you for £10.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, Kathy's saying, has anyone else seen Ragnarok?
Is that Thor Ragnarok?
No, it's another film.
Oh, okay.
That's just Ragnarok.
Didn't they do a series called Ragnarok on Netflix?
Yeah, foreign language one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody agrees with me on that. I mean, Don't Worry, Darling. I fell asleep, I think. I had to watch it twice.
All right, I switched it off.
Yeah.
I never got even started on it.
Ambulance was decent. I enjoyed Ambulance.
It was decent. I enjoyed it while it got better. It just went on too long.
Jason, just wondered if anyone's talked about Connor or Face Off yet. It's wrong years.
However,
I know Lana watched it for the first time this year and she thoroughly enjoyed it, didn't you, Lana?
But you know what? I will cut you a bit of slack, little Steve, because I watched Face Off again like a week or so later, and I was like, this isn't actually as good as I remember it being. I think that both of them aren't that great. I think Face Off's better, but neither of them are that great.
They're both classic.
Well, there's a 4K of Face Off coming out this year, I think.
Face Off 2's coming up, but it's called Butt Off.
Face Off 2. Yeah.
See, AJ's moved forward there, like he's got something to.
Yeah, hang on, strap
I
in.
was going to say, no, Conair's. I love Conair. I think I saw that 3 or 4 times in the cinema.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it. I like the storyline. I think if it was British, it'd be so much better. I think because it was American, they just made it so cheesy.
We don't really transport. We don't have Supermaxes or anything like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Like
there'll be fucking Lincoln Prison open air one. Somebody's running. go on a Cessna, and a Cessna's been hijacked.
Yeah, but it'd be like Charles Bronson or something.
It writes itself.
But no, I just think it was way too Americanly cheesy.
That's the point of the movie.
Well, I don't like cheesy films.
Well, then it's not going to be your favourite film, is it?
No, but the whole argument was Con Air or Face Off. And yes, I do think Face Off is better.
I'll take Conair.
I don't think it's terrible, but I just didn't think it was that good. I was quite bored watching it. I was like, is the Soviet? Like, is the guy with his daughter or what?
Do you think the thing is, though, looking back at this year, like we've said it a few times now, looking back at this year, it's not been the best year, has it? You know, I think hopefully looking into 2023, some of the stuff that might be coming out next year looks interesting. There's a few.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, hopefully this year they've started filming properly again because they haven't got the COVID restrictions. So next year we might get a bit more coming out.
Next year we've got Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got Indiana Jones, we've got Dune Part 2, and then we've got some shitty other films.
So maybe 2024 then, guys. Looking forward to that.
Is this like the Star Trek movies where the odd ones are shit but the even ones are great? Is this what we're going into now?
The next year should be great.
Yeah, John Wick next year has said.
See,
Med 2, The Trench is coming out next year.
Indiana Jones Part 9.
The whole thing with John Wick is that he's meant to be on the run, but everyone he's on the run from is helping him in this new film. It's I don't know.
Okay. I haven't seen that yet, but like I say, all the reviews rave about it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Everywhere.
Chris says it's bad, then it might be all right.
Lana's
Yeah.
added it to a list because Chris said it's crap.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
If Chris likes it, it's probably the greatest film of all time.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking forward to next year?
Well, I'm hoping for Insidious 5. I think it's number 5.
Maybe.
Yeah, because 4 was the lost key, wasn't it? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and Shazam 2.
Oh, and Shazam 2. Yeah, she's looking forward to Shazam 2.
Was the one that you were saying about we need to go and watch in, like, it was in the summer, it's coming out, what was it? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Transformers.
Oh yeah, Beast Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cartoon Beast Wars. To be fair, I really struggle with it. But when I saw the trailer for that, and I'm like, yes, this looks absolutely amazing. You know, and it is definitely one I'm going to have to go and see on the big screen.
I think the new Winnie the Pooh film could be interesting.
The horror one,
I know you're looking forward to the Little Mermaid, aren't you?
No. But I think Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Watch him kill some people.
Jesus Christ, there's some good movies next year.
Isn't Mickey Mouse's license up now as well? So there'll probably be a horror version of that next year too.
Mm.
Might try it.
So it's
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet go on the killing rampage.
I think there's a porn version called out Mickey Goes Dicky.
Magic Mike 3.
So that's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen the trailer for 65?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
not yet.
That's interesting.
that looks quite good. That.
I'm hoping.
Looks interesting.
Mm.
Can't trust trailers though.
Neil's saying Magic Mike 3. To be fair, I watched the trailer for that the other week after we reviewed Beast Wars on Rise of the Beast on our channel, and I thought it was quite good. And then I showed Lana it did it a couple of days later, and we're both looking forward to it, aren't we?
It looks better than
I hope it is the last one, Neil, because Christ, they don't need any more.
What about you, AJ? Johnny, you're looking forward to next year?
Yeah, but I'm going to spoil a video that I've got coming out on the 1st of in January. If I
Oh, fair enough. I wondered why you were being quiet.
I am looking for. There's stuff I'm looking forward to, but for different reasons.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the Flash because I want to see what they do with it. I want to see whether they, the edits that have been made from what we've seen from the trailers. I want to see how they handle it more than probably the film itself. Obviously, I'm intrigued by Indiana Jones 5, but again, it's cautiously optimistic because of the last Indiana Jones film. And if you go and watch the trailer, the very first trailer for the last Indiana Jones film, it's fantastic. It's a brilliant trailer. It's a superb trailer for Crystal Skull, the first one. And, is it the same with this one? Also, I don't know how they're going to get around Harrison Ford's age, but in the last film, all his action scenes, he was sat down. If you watch Crystal Skull, seriously, at the beginning, the fight on the rocket sled, he's sat down. The motorbike chase, he's on the back of Thingy's bike, he's sat down. The lorry thing through the forest, he's sat down. If they can get him sat down in an action scene, they'll have him sat down in an action scene.
I think the bit that worries me about the Indiana Jones bit is where they're saying that there's 10 to 15 minutes of them explaining what happened to Shia LaBeouf's character. they just need to do what they did in Transformers, where they just put a picture of him with a fucking stupid hairdo and go, there, he's done. And that's it. And going back to revisit a character that's only been in one film, like he's supposed to be the next thing to carry on the franchise, and then he's not in it. That's the only worry for me when it comes to that.
Tell you what, there's some big titles next year.
Yeah.
Looking at it, you've got Wonka, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I've heard that Oppenheimer's pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Galaxy, Guardians, Ant-Man, Indiana Jones, the Marvels, Aquaman,
Get down, Shep.
Super Mario, John Wick.
Which one are you looking forward to then, Gareth?
Mission Impossible, I think, is the big one.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah. Hopefully, it keeps up the quality.
He
But yeah,
tends to
like
over the
Cookie
game on
says,
every
Meg
movie,
2
doesn't
as
he?
well.
Chris has put the Meg 2. Yeah. The more
Yeah,
that
the Meg 2.
the more and more that we watch the Meg, or I watch the Meg, the more and more I enjoy it. We went to watch it in IMAX,
Same.
and I wasn't a big fan of it.
I like the
but
Meg.
I put it on from time to time, and I do enjoy it now. So I'm looking forward to the Meg 2. Just to go back on AJ's point there about the Flash, I'm intrigued to see how they close off the DCEU with Flash.
Yeah.
But now we know that this is going to be the last one, really. How they close it off, or they're going to use it in the way that this is how they introduce us to the new Batman. This is how they introduce us to the new Superman. At the cutscene, that these people are now done. Thanks very much. These are your new characters.
The only way that would work as a Flashpoint story is if you had the Flash to carry it through to the new universe, which obviously ain't gonna be the case. But that's the only way that would really work as a Flashpoint movie, if he went through brand new universe, but he still held the knowledge of what came before.
Yeah.
But knows that everything's been changed. But obviously, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But it is going to be interesting to see how they close it off. Because if it's just like a mediocre finish to it all, then that just sums up the last 5 movies, then, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. And also the fact that you know that there's a different version of this film that exists.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different, because you ain't going to see the Batman stuff in it. That stuff ain't going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that what you're watching is not a film, is not the originally conceived movie. And that in itself intrigues me, because the story of getting to that film intrigues me a lot more than what the film probably will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, there is a Fast and Furious 10 to answer that question. I know Steve's looking forward to Legally Blonde 3, aren't you, Steve?
I quite enjoyed Legally Blonde. I have been known to do a bit of bend and snap in my time. Good evening, Mega. Thank you for joining us.
Hang on. What's the address? Cocaine Bears next year as well.
Oh yeah, I've just seen that. Yeah.
And Craven the Hunter, which is
Star Trek 4.
Yeah, they
Expendables 4 might be good.
They booked the slot for the new Star Trek film. They didn't actually sign any of the cast up for it.
Yeah, I was going to say they've got no director, no cast, no film.
Oh no, that's not true. Director says Mark Shakeman.
Yeah, but he's backed out since then.
Has he?
The whole film's been stopped since that.
Yeah, it's just been kiboshed.
Right. Okay. So we can guarantee we can assume that that's probably not happening then.
No, the only reason they ever announced another Star Trek film was for the investors.
Yeah.
No one knew anything, but the actors didn't know nothing about it when that was announced. That was first announced. It was all for investors, the purpose of getting investors to invest.
Bloody hell.
Bit naughty, really.
It is a little bit presumptuous, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Laney will be happy though, because isn't Jason Momoa in Fast 10?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And Aquaman 2 out next year, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't he some sort of long lost cousin to Vin Diesel's character now? They've had this long lost brother.
Still family.
Yeah, it's all still family. Extended family now. This is my fourth cousin.
Extended family.
I got a
cousin to an international spy.
I got a shoot off. Thank you for
All right, mate.
to chat with you all.
Take out.
Are you popping on tomorrow, Andrew?
Probably not. But we should
mate, have a good New Year then.
But I've got a new Xbox, so I could live
Ah.
stream me getting blown up on that instead. But, yeah.
Are you planning on live streaming? Are you Halo?
I'm not, no, there ain't no live streaming happening. I don't even know how to do it. Right, au revoir.
Take care, mate.
Catch you
Yeah,
later.
everybody.
Bye bye.
So
So Chris, yeah,
Chris has put who's pre-booked Barbie.
I know Lana has. Don't lie to us, Lana.
I've never watched a Barbie film in my
Steve
life.
been begging for it, hasn't he?
Have you watched a Barbie film before?
Barbie Mariposa. I've watched.
Exactly, I've never watched Barbie.
Yeah, I've got kids though. Don't forget.
I used to be a kid and I never watched Barbie.
Andrew's just gone. Andrew's got them all on his bookcase. That's why he's disappeared when he saw.
Hold on a minute. I've seen
I've got to
the
go now. I'm off.
Barbie Christmas film. My daughter would watch it all the time.
Yeah.
She used to watch it every
This
Christmas.
show's
Loved
just
it.
gone to another level. We're gonna go viral.
What's it? Barbie Mariposa. Barbie Mermaid's Tale was the other one.
Well, the question is
There's a
Steve's
few.
review or AJ's review going to come out before March? The top 10 Barbie movies.
That's it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back now and watch the whole series of Barbie films. So I'm ready for this one.
I'll be there.
From Wolf of Wall Street, not anything else.
Hmm.
That type of Barbie film might be good.
Well, there was a question. I watched a video very briefly yesterday asking one of the American YouTubers that was saying, "What's the audience for this Barbie movie?
Hmm.
You know, who's it supposed to be sort of for? Because the
the
trailer's
same
very
audience.
brief. It doesn't give you a lot away."
It'll be the same audience that the Aqua's Barbie Girl music video was set towards.
Yeah.
Just the new Witcher Blood Origins has just come out on Netflix. Has anyone watched it yet? It's only 4 episodes.
No.
They're an hour long each. Has anyone watched it yet?
Not heard good things about it.
Do you like The Witcher?
No.
As a
I've not watched none of the others.
I watched the first series and then the first episode of the second series.
Right.
You gents could come on more often. This is great.
Uh,
He literally has no one to talk to about it.
seriously, I don't even know. I can't even recall trying to watch the first season or
I
trying
know
to watch
it's
the first
game
episode.
or read book.
It's because it's based on a game property, isn't it?
Yeah.
So okay, so you've lost me straight away there.
Well, it's based on books in the game. Yeah. The
Yeah,
books
so-
the books came over from Poland, didn't it? The Polish stories.
So did the books come first or the game come first?
The book. I think the first book came before the game, and then there's a book series that's come after that.
Right.
Okay. So the game spawned out of the book,
Yeah,
and then the other books are spawned out of the game.
out the game, and then the other games have come. Yeah, so they all sort of interlink through.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not a gamer or anything. I don't. And it's a sword and sorcery type thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm assuming, and that I struggle with that kind of that sort of storytelling.
Yeah.
See, I struggled with the first season until I realised that there's 3 different timelines playing out. So that's it. Sort of jumps around a bit, and then when you realise what's going on, you're like, right, now I get it. I understand what's going on there. This new prequel series, I wouldn't bother.
I've heard that.
If they did it, if they called it something else, just add elves running around, it'll be great, you know. But because they've tied it into that, it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's one horny kid. But yeah, so that was out this week. Like I say, AJ, did you say that you watched Alice in Borderlands?
Watched what?
Alice in Borderlands.
No.
No?
No, I didn't say that. What's that? What's that based on?
Another game, isn't it?
Borderlands, I know, as a game.
Comics, I think, in it.
I invite you two on here because you're meant to give me some talk about this stuff. Steve doesn't watch it.
So, what is Alice in Borderlands?
Oh no! Don't ask that.
No, what is it? Seriously, what is it?
Right, so it's a
Just quickly.
it's a Japanese show.
Yeah.
It's about people that get transported into another world to play games, and the losers get killed, etc. It came out before Squid Games, really.
Oh, okay.
So
It was out before Squid Games, but basically it's a very similar premise, isn't it?
a very similar premise, yeah, but better than Squid Games because they don't know why they're there. They don't know why they're playing the games. They've got no way of getting out. There's no big money prizes. You're playing for your life, and that's that, really.
Kura's had to offend everyone today.
So is it what's it on Netflix or something?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
So go. It is definitely worth the watch. Like I say, the second season's out last week, and yeah, that it was quite good.
I just noticed the poster, the Batman one.
On the wall, yeah.
Oh my lord, that's brilliant.
Yeah. What's got into Koro tonight? Has he been drinking or something?
I don't know. He's after offending everyone.
Right, I struggled through the first episode.
Of Halo. I'll leave you.
Sorry, I didn't like the game either, so that's another minus.
I don't know. Remind us, AJ, that First Contact is the best Star Trek movie
Of the 90s.
No, it's not.
This sounds like a topic of conversation I can get my teeth into here, AJ. Go on. What's your views on First Contact?
Sorry, what's
your views on First Contact?
It's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable film, but I think that tonally, there's stuff in it that's off for me. There's humour that doesn't sit right for me when I watch it. As accomplished a director as what Jonathan Frakes is, I don't think he was the right person to direct the film. I think that it needed fresh eyes to take it away from the feel of TV episode. I can see why people like it. I mean, Michael there, he's quite young. Michael's quite young.
Yeah, he's a nipper.
New to Star Trek. So it's generational for him. As to why he prefers First Contact over Wrath of Khan. I don't know that. I don't know. But yeah. But no, the First Contact's fine. It's a fine film. It's a fun film. I think I saw it twice at the cinema. But there's real cringy moments in it for me.
If they take the Troy drunking scene out,
yes,
that would help it.
It all happens so quick and so conveniently. The whole setup for the film, it's like the Borg appear, bam, they open up a thing, they go through, they follow them through, they're there, they're done. And even when they leave and travel back through time again to football, it's just so easy. It's like, ain't an issue, is it?
The whole point of Defiant being a Borg killer and he gets his ass kicked just to bring Worf back on the Enterprise.
Just slingshot past the sun.
Convenient, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm doing a sit down with Michael. We're meant to be doing it. We was going to do it this side of New Year, but it didn't happen. Where, much like what Gareth does, we'll have the film playing and we'll have our friendly arguments. We'll do one with Star Trek.
No.
And then we'll do another with Star Trek.
The only way it will work is if you're in the same room together. So we can get physical.
Yeah. Does that need to be hosted on here and I can play referee? Best Star Trek movie is the fourth one. The Voyage Home's not without its issues either, to be fair.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. On my last viewings of them, and I watched them back to back, I would actually put 3 over 4 now. 3 has a lot more. There's a lot more heart to it. A lot more emotional impact to the film than what 4 has. 4's very dated now. 4 was made. It's 4 was a great film to get people who were not Star Trek fans into the cinema.
Yeah.
Very, very, consumable by a non-Star Trek audience. But being the era that it's set in the 80s, the film now looks very, very dated and feels dated. But no, so on last viewing, I actually come away I watched 2, 3, 4 back to back and came away thinking, you know what? I now put 3 over 4 above 4. Just because, like I said, the emotional impact.
Yeah.
No, we all agree the best one's 5, the Final Frontier. That's all.
Spot on that one.
That's absolutely brilliant. No, to me, it'll be 2. It'll be Khan, followed by Undiscovered Country. I do really enjoy Undiscovered Country.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
But like I say, I have rewatched 3 recently, and I think now I'm older, I sort of understand the emotional sort of roller coaster of the film a bit more than the adventurous side of it. But I've always got a quite good question there. It's obvious Star Trek fans would prefer the movies over the series. The latest series, there's only rarely been Strange New Worlds. I've been really disappointed with Picard, and I've stopped watching Discovery.
Yeah.
There's only Strange New Worlds. So at the moment, I'd have to say the original and Picard movies. I wasn't a big fan of Beyond or what was the other one called? The last one.
Into Darkness.
Into Darkness, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Into Darkness either. I think that whole spin on Kirk, Spock, and Khan was it just ruined the film.
Yeah.
It was unneeded. Why would you go and try and remake Wrath of Khan? Why would you do that?
Exactly.
Stupidness.
The one
Stupid
character
idea.
I didn't need.
Film looks fabulous. Into Darkness looks brilliant.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, but
Can we block that channel, please?
There we go. Right. Before we lose the lovely Lana with the Star Trek talk.
She's sleeping with her eyes open. Mate.
Yeah. Lana says the best characters in Star Trek is Spot.
I do like Data.
You know. So she does watch it from time to
Well,
time.
I don't watch it, but I can't help noticing it when you watch it all the time. You watch the first series right the way through, so this is like 30 years of Star Trek, and then when you finish, you go back to the start.
That's right. You've got to do the original series through to DS9 and then back again.
So yeah.
what? No Voyager.
Voyager doesn't
Right.
exist. Voyager's in the same universe as Discovery in my book.
So Steve, just put me on big screen a sec, mate. So the other day I went into a charity shop and I thought, you know what? I spotted this thing and it was supposed to be brand new unopened. 2000. I'm not going to show you just yet because it'll be a giveaway. But 2001, right? It says Star Trek Voyager, and it's a mouse mat, right?
Ooh.
Yes. So I picked it up, not thinking, and it's when I got home and I'm thinking, that doesn't look like Voyager.
Might be worth a fortune. Don't open it.
Well, I'm not. I would imagine it's been opened. Yes, it has been opened.
Yeah, it's just one of them ones that shuts up, innit? You can just shut it up and
Yeah.
round.
But I didn't twig, and it was when I got home I was like, "That's not Voyager." So I'll send it you, Steve. You'll have a mouse mat.
It's not even like you can't see the Deep Space Nine in the top corner.
I was in a rush, and it was £1.
Steve, Cisco is one of my favorite captains. I love DS9. I love
That's fine. I'll
dark.
send it you anyway.
I love how dark and gritty
I was
DS9 is
devastated.
compared to the others. Voyager, was a slow burner. The middle seasons just felt like filler Star Trek season, and it got better towards the end.
Yeah.
And then they ruined it with that final episode.
I never finished it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. I never got into the characters. Very few of the characters appealed to me in Voyager. Tom Paris I liked, but they done nothing with him. The Doctor was good. I felt 7 of 9 when she came in was good. But, you know, you've got the setup of you've got a crew that's made of Starfleet officers and the Marquis, which is essentially considered a terrorist organisation. You'd think there'd be some conflict on board going forward.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just
3
by
episodes.
episode 2, there was very little.
3 episodes we got where one of the Marquis decided to go on a killing spree.
That's right, yeah. Otherwise, it was all forgotten. And then the end of the series, they should have got the ship home about 10 episodes or 8 episodes before the end, and then explored the consequences of coming home, the consequences of the Marquis and what they'd done beforehand, the consequences of having a Borg on board, a doctor who's now like hologram, essentially. Do you know what I mean? All this different stuff that should have been explored, and it was just like, we're home and end the story. But no, it ain't. There's loads more. And I know they might say, people say, oh, it continued in books. Well, not everyone who reads the TV, who watches TV, reads the books.
No.
So the books don't exist to them. Anyway. And also the ship should have sustained damage. It should have looked tattier and tattier, and it should have had augmentations made to it as the story progressed.
It's
and
like,
got fixed up in other places.
Yeah.
that second episode in, where obviously the first one was Caretaker, the second one's where they sort of really get stuck into the Kazon.
Yeah.
And they're doing the inventory sort of stock check, and she goes, oh, we've only got 68 photon torpedoes. You fired 50 of them in the first season. So, you know, you've got what, 18 to carry you through 6 other series of
big replicas.
Yeah. You know, or unless you're coming across all these people that you're raping and pillaging as you're going for resources, which you never see them do. Insidious, right? Awesome movies. Come on, you're the horror buff.
A subtle hint to move away from Star Trek, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go.
It's all right. I have to live with him.
Insidious. Come on.
Go on, then.
That's good.
Where do you reckon they're going to take the story of Insidious now, though? Because it's all sort of come back on itself again, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
they'll just pick some point in time to go back to, or into the future, or something. It doesn't matter. I just think they're all pretty good.
There you go. Insidious in a nutshell, Coral. Thank you very much.
Keep it simple.
They can't help it, Lana. It's a disease.
What's the disease?
Talking Star Trek.
It's a sickness.
Look Insidious. Yeah, I think the problem with the horrors, and we spoke about this a few times, is that there's no real good horrors anymore, and I don't think the latest ones, the build-ups haven't justified the jump scare, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, some of the new ones that come out that claim to be horrors, they're just not scary in the slightest. And that new one that's coming out, Megan, that looks absolutely terrible.
I didn't enjoy that.
This is the sort of thing that we're getting now. It's not scary. It's cheesy.
I quite like the look of that, though, because that's like Elite of Battle Angel.
Yeah, it does. It does look cool.
like that with the boy, but like
What film's that? Sorry.
Megan.
Oh, God. Horror's
Yeah.
not genre, is it?
I think if you're like all your like if you're into the sci-fi sort of stuff, then maybe you'd like that more. If you're into really scary horror, then probably not. Whereas I like the really like stuff that makes me scared to go to sleep.
Megan reminds me of. Do you remember the film AI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the kids push him in the pool.
Mhm.
he sees his ass and gets out and beats the shit out of the kids. That's the film that we should have got in AI. This is, so yeah. I quite like I say, it looks like it's Alita mixed with Chucky in my book, and it looks quite good.
Oh, so that's one that I might like then, if it's got that sci-fi sort of element to it.
Yeah, I think if you like sci-fi, maybe give it a go. It's coming out soon. I think it's out in January.
It might be one of those January films.
So maybe give it a go. But yeah, for me, likes horrors, it just looks awful.
We've lost little Steve now, sorting out his collection.
No, I've just been meaning to clear this desk down, but it's doing me head in. I've got to do a video of my pickups, because at this point we've gone 3 weeks without doing a bloody show and tell. So I need to clear it out.
I've put mine out on video.
Yeah, you had a Christmas one out.
What you've been doing?
You ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't you start with ruining Christmas. I don't think I ruined it too much.
I don't think you answered the question on that video, to be honest.
I think AJ was
Yeah.
I think it was a bit more clickbaity than usual.
What's that? Sorry.
Yeah, I think you.
Stephen is clickbait.
When you shown Steve is it called Blaster, the Transformer that you bought?
That was
Yeah.
It was AJ.
AJ bought his after me showing
Yeah.
that.
Well, who was it?
Tammin Bell.
No, I've never seen Tammin Bell.
So, in other words, Steve ruined Christmas in 2 households.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I got.
Tam-
we had
Tam-
I think we had
Tam-
a discussion about Blaster in one of the lives. I said that I'd seen it, didn't pick it up, and it's one that I always wanted as a kid but never got. So I might have to get a hold of it, and I did.
Yeah, you were saying you went to Smith's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was AJ, and then
Kind of take bloody
after
credit
that,
for it.
he says that he hasn't got it. So for me, as soon as he says he hasn't got a Transformer, I'm like, oh, I can get that one. So I'm there thinking, I found it on Game, so I thought I'll go and get it. We went out at the weekend, and he comes out of Game holding it, smiling.
He bought his after I bought mine, though, because he said it was tormenting him seeing it sitting on the shelf behind me.
Well,
Yeah.
You just got to get it anyway.
you gave me the idea, but then you ruined it. So it's just your fault.
It's not my fault. Look, if I give you suggestions and then you don't confirm you've bought it and then I
Well, that's
see it,
not how
I'm
Christmas works. I don't tell you every time I buy a present. It doesn't work.
That's all right. A few years ago, my wife bought me the Lucille, the Walking Dead bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I still got a box, and then a few days later, I had one turn up.
Can't have enough of those.
No, so I said to her, so how do I not ruin Christmas? And she said, stop buying stuff in September. And I'm like,
That's what I get. That's exactly what I get.
that's like 3 months of me looking at stuff, and I'm like, I really want that. And they might be like limited runs, or I might see something on Vinted, and I send it over to her, and I don't see it getting bought, and I don't know if I'm going to get it. So I see it as the amount of stuff that I miss out on. the stuff that I might get. I don't know.
I know your plight.
No, I think I said next year. I think we're just gonna go shopping, aren't we? You pickle your own, and I'll wrap them.
Yeah, and I think Neil's trying it for you there. He's put, if you want to buy Steve a Transformer, go buy Auto Converting Optimus Prime.
Steve, do you not have any of the?
Well, the thing is, Neil, he'll buy that now himself. So
It's a couple of grand. You can buy it.
Do you not have any of the thingy Transformer? Because I've got thingy upstairs. I pulled it out of the wardrobe today. The DeLorean.
What?
Gigabot.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they have the Maverick one, don't they? Which is called
That's
Maverick. The F-14. The Gigabyte, sorry, which is the DeLorean, and Eco, which is the Ghostbusters one.
Yeah.
I do like them, but for me being mine are more purist Transformers G1, G2s. I haven't got any of them, and I don't know if they'll water my collection down if I get them. From a movie point of view, I'd like them just to stay in the boxes, though. But from a Transformers fan point of view,
No, don't you take them out of the box.
Because from my perspective as a comic book fan, you had a Transformers Ghostbusters crossover comic, and you had a Back to the Future Transformers crossover comic, where the vehicles
that's the one, isn't
were
it?
affected
Yeah,
Transformers.
Transformers. Yeah. I know what they're more like. It's like the GI Joes, you know, the Transformer GI Joe crossovers. There's
So
so
you look-
many out there. It's like Megatron being the Hiss tank and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I could go on. If I started going down that rabbit hole, I'll go on.
Yeah.
Steve and Chris know exactly what they do though, because they'll send me screenshots from Vinted or eBay or whatever and go, "This is amazing price, this," and I end up buying them, and then I get myself into trouble. It's their fault.
Remember what he said at the start of the show, AJ? He can't get something else without getting rid of something. So now he's at a point now where he's hoping not to receive anything.
Do you have a GoBot collection?
Do I have a GoBots? I've got GoBots Command up on the top shot on the top
I
of.
thought that'd be a dirty word, but obviously not.
Yeah, I've got a couple of GoBots and GoBots Command. But,
Who's this,
yeah.
Steve?
That
I
one's
know.
one of the rescue bots, isn't it?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, it's one of the new rescue bots, but they've got loads of characters. I don't know who they are because I don't watch it.
Is it like a
And you,
toddler?
at Transformers, you don't know who it is.
It's based for 4-year-olds.
Yeah, when you're right.
Yeah,
There you go.
oh, looks like it's Windblade.
Still full price.
Yeah,
Found that
it
the other day, the
looks like
fact.
Windblade. But it's a rescue bot, and I don't watch rescue bots, unfortunately, Steve.
He's too big for that.
So are you going to put that on display then, what, or AJ? The Gigabyte or whatever it is, Gigawatt?
No, it's still boxed. It's not one I've taken out.
Oh, what you can do, just keep hold of it.
Is it going to have pride and joy on your shelf somewhere, though?
Don't think I've got room. Probably just be put in a box and forgotten about.
I tell you what, we were in a trading shop in Birkenhead the other day, and I fell in love with him as soon as I saw him. They had a Fortress Max,
Oh yeah.
a complete Fortress Max on the desk on the counter. This thing is the tallest ever Transformer that they've ever released, and they wanted 300 quid for it.
That one's going up with that.
I'm just like, I want to get him now. And she's going, it's 300 quid. And said, yeah, sod that. We won't pay mortgage this month. I want that. You know, I could have quite happily walked away with him. And this thing was in a pristine condition.
Is this the original? The original
The
one.
original Fortress Max, yeah. And I was like, wow. Because I've got Metroplex here. A Metroplex is quite tall compared to the other G1s, but like say when Fortress Max was released, he's about 22, 24 inches tall. This thing's huge.
Have you got
And-
Amiga Supreme?
Sorry?
Have you got Amiga Supreme?
No, I haven't got an Amiga. I haven't got an Omega now.
They'll buy it now though because you said that. They'll have it.
No. But I've got, like I said, I've got Metroplex there. But when I saw Fortress Max, what was my face like when I saw
Yeah,
him? I
it
was just
was
like,
pretty cool because it was huge.
Did you have to be dragged away, crying and screaming like a little kid?
Well, yeah, I think
Transformers are on now.
we can come and trade some of yours in and you can get this. And then he was like, no, and walked out the shop.
he was like, how many Transformers would it take you to trade in so you could go and get him? And I said, none. Not happening.
Is that year when,
Is there more Transformers or Pokemon?
when we got this Skylinks thing and we had to build it, and I was watching the YouTube tutorial. I was like
yeah.
the dad on Christmas Day watching the tutorial, figuring out how to put it all together.
The,
And I helped you.
the Titans Return series of Transformers. So for Skyrain, you've got Trailblazer, Wheeljack, Hound. Who's the others? Smokescreen, and obviously Skylinks. Now Skylinks comes into two parts because you've got the tiger bit and you've got the dragon bit, and then you've got the four other transform. And trying to put this thing together without breaking them, I'm too heavy-handed. I'm more demolition than construction. I don't do all this like little fiddly bits. And I was getting wound up, and she ended up building Skyrim. And I was just like, So Sky, he's up on the top. He's up on the top shelf. So I'll have to show you.
I bet he's in a video taking credit for doing it.
moving the others out. But yeah, anything like that, anything delicate or anything, and I just can't do it. I'm just too heavy-handed.
But with that, it was that typical thing that toy companies do, where you could get 4 of the 5 quite easily, and then the 5th part was like expensive and rare. So I had to go find the Sky Links tonight so we could get the thing.
Yeah.
No, I do show some interest.
You do show some interest, you're right, but just not enough.
No.
Not often.
She just sees money lying around in that room, I think.
Yeah.
I could sell that.
It's my inheritance from when I die, isn't it?
Every so often, one piece will go missing.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. I had these pair of brown shoes that she hated, and they went missing one day.
Doubt they were worth £100 though.
But yeah, you hate this room, don't you? You just think it's too cluttered.
Just way too much stuff.
You've got your own room, Lana.
I know, it's nice.
Is there a bigger room in the house you could have?
This is the biggest bedroom, and we've kind of used every little bit of wall space. So he's finding little spots. He's like, "Oh, we could put a shelf above the door." We have to.
That's where the big face hugger's going.
You've got your little cute one.
I've got the little cute one, but I want the big one. So it can hang over the door when people come in and all they see the little fingers dangling.
Oh, I hate it because it looks like a spider.
What's that? The one that I've got?
The big one, yeah. Every time we watch seeing Beck's Only Cool Stuff, he's got one hanging over the door at the back of the shop, hasn't he? He's like, I want it. AJ's got one.
It just reminds me of a spider. I don't like it.
Yeah, my kids have issue with it. When they were really young, I used to, when they were asleep, and I'm talking really young, I'd put it on them.
And they've got a problem with it now. Why?
And then take a photo of them, and then in the morning show them.
How much counselling did they need?
Yeah. Films again.
So when I said that I wanted one, that's the one she got me.
I want that one.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's got a face. Look, now, little Steve,
a face as opposed to what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Steve didn't notice this when he was staying in the room for 2 days, and it was above his head on the bed.
I'm still having nightmares about it now. It's just too scary for me.
Maybe you got the idea from AJ.
The face is
Putting it on the Steve in his sleep.
Yeah.
Honestly.
If you had to maybe Transformers for a 5-year-old might No, this is why I buy them and display them, Neil. They're not toys. They're not,
They're collectible.
the collectibles. You know, some of these are worth quite a bit of money nowadays. You know, I've bought cars for less than some of my Transformers. Well, yeah.
What do you do with the boxes? Like with Blaster, did you keep the boxes or do you lob them?
The Blaster's the new Legacy series, so it's not a collectible box. I've got some boxes that I've kept.
I think you normally only keep if it's like a vintage one that's still in box, would keep the box in the loft because I think you've unboxed all of them.
Yeah, I've unboxed them all. I haven't got any that. No, I have got some that are worth quite a bit of money, and I've got the boxes for them. So they are unboxed, but they will be with box if I ever come to sell them.
Yeah.
So they got the loft. They're stored neatly away in the loft. But I'm a hoarder. I just don't get rid of anything.
But your general, like, if you buy a new Transformer in the Entertainer or Smiths, you won't keep the box.
No, I won't keep the
it's
box.
only if it's like a vintage one.
It's like that Spike I showed you the other day on the video, the new 86 release.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, in his little exosuit.
Yeah, in his little exosuit. I haven't kept the box for him.
Yeah.
That's just gone. But these are new print release from the film, so it's quite cool. I just haven't seen Spike before. I've seen the little ones that come with the bumblebees and stuff like that, but never in the exosuits. So I was made up when I found him.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I've never seen that one.
Yeah. So what do you do with your boxes, mate? Because you were saying that you've got some stuff to unbox, like Gigabyte, for example.
It's 6 of one, half does the other, really. Some boxes I'll throw away, other boxes I'll keep. The statues that I've got, the proper ceramic statues of characters, I'll keep the boxes of. But where I buy like the sort of PVC ones, like this, wait there a sec. I've got one here. So this sort of thing, where I get the gallery stuff, like Mysterio from Spider-Man. Cool. That box there, I would just throw away.
Yeah.
And display the figure.
Yeah. Look all right in the box, to be fair.
They do, but I ain't got room for them in the box. And then the attic is just a crawl space here because the top of the house is turned into bedrooms. So the actual attic is crawl space. So the amount of boxes I can get up there is minimal. So that sort of thing I would throw away.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying there, Neil, and you're right. In 20 years' time, the boxes for my ones that I'm throwing away now, if you have a look on eBay now, if you can get a mint condition G1 box, that goes to almost just as well as the Transformer does inside it.
Yeah.
The problem is back then people didn't collect. They didn't collect like they do now. Now everyone's a collector now, so it's the same in the comic book world. Everyone collects, keep these things in pristine condition, and a lot of the toys that are made today, even the Transformer ones, are not made for children. No. They're made for the adult collector. So you may get the odd one that will be a limited or a small run and may go up in price in the boxes, but I don't think many of them will because so many people just keep them boxed.
I was looking at an Ultra Magnus the other week in Smith's, and what was he, 50, 60 quid? And he doesn't transform. It's just the Ultra Magnus, and he's just in a pose, and it looks really, really great. And it is the Ultra Magnus from the film, the movie, and he doesn't transform though. So
how big was he?
In shape.
How big was he?
Probably about that big.
10 inch, 9 inch.
Yeah, about 9 inches.
I've got a prime about yay big that don't transform. He's just in a pose.
Yeah. But and then you've got the ones that do pose. They do transform. But that is interesting though, because it does tell you how many steps it's supposed to take to transform. So some are 1 or 2 steps. They're like the little bendy bits, and they just fold into a car. And then there's some that take like 70, 80 steps to transform. And I was just like, oh, God, I'll even following the instructions on how to transform some of them, you get confused about what those were.
Your lad is to transform your toys for you.
So do you keep all the instructions for them ones behind you?
No.
Really?
Well, no. That's half the fun, is trying to figure out how to transform them. That's half the fun, that's half the fun out of it. Very rarely do I even transform any of these. I might go pew 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 from time to time and have a play with them, like really back parts of the series and stuff. But no, very rarely do they transform.
So your task for the next video is to transform them all.
Transform them all. Yeah.
Chris said, "Who's my favourite?" It's probably RC. Can you show it?
RC.
Just because she's the pink one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
She's pink, and there is another girl though, isn't there?
Alita, she's here.
She Battle Angel.
Yep.
This one's a girl, but no, I don't really like this one as much. So it's probably...
I haven't got Moon Racer, which is the newest girl.
How do you tell the difference between the male and female ones?
She's got a bit of a bigger bumper.
She hasn't. Didn't know she had boobies.
Is Alita a bit more flat chested?
Well, no, she looks like she's got a suit on. Whereas,
she's
she has
going
got
out in a
boobies.
pink bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the pink transformer turn into a makeup model?
She turns into something that looks like Fab One, you know, from Thunderbirds.
Yeah, the thing is with boxes, when you've got a collection like this, there is no way you could keep all the boxes for 20 years in case they may become rare. You know, if you've got a small collection, then yeah.
There is, but you'd not have to have a wife.
Yeah, you wouldn't sell them either.
No.
That's it. You'd have a whole room just full of boxes. So you keep, like, if there's a really special one, you'd keep the box, wouldn't you? But yeah, if it's just the usual, like, £15 ones from Smith's, then there's no way we can keep all them boxes.
See, Mark's there saying he can't believe that people throw them away. And yeah, I think if you're having a collection on the idea that you're going to make money out of it in a couple of years, then it's worth keeping them. But
that's not why.
That's not why I collect them. I collect them for me, and you know, and I display them for me.
Yeah.
So it just happens to be this is the guest room for when people come to stay. You know, I introduced little Steve to the room. Right, you're going to be staying in the toy room, and that was it. He knew exactly where we was going.
Oh, it's like a magic place.
Did you have rules to that?
Yeah, don't touch it.
Don't touch nothing. Do not touch anything in that room.
It was like a magical experience, gentlemen. It was great. Like Willy Wonka.
You know, there's some stuff in here, but it's like when the kids come. When my youngest comes, she likes picking Bumblebee up and trying to put him back. It's not a toy. Put him back.
Sometimes the cat comes in and you find one of those stormtrooper things on the floor, don't you? I don't know how she gets them, but it's always the same one. You find it, she's had it.
Not seen the cat since, have you?
So the cat's there lying on the bed.
Yeah.
Right. The stormtroopers are in the bottom right-hand corner with that shelf. Somehow she manages to get up there and take the stormtroopers off the shelf.
From what I can see there, you've got a lot of wall space left.
Well, that's one of the places he said. Said, why don't we get a shelf underneath that shelf?
Yeah.
You have rotating shelves or something.
So there is loads of wall space in here for pictures and comics and stuff like that, but you won't let me, will you?
There isn't loads. We've gone through
There is. I've got all that corner up there.
Yeah, but a massive pile of stuff to go up there. You've got a nice new poster from Lou and Steve.
I have got a nice big poster.
You've not got one of the massive Transformer suits that they have at Comic-Con that people turn up in.
No, but have you seen my massive transform? Oh, I did. I showed you the Transformers posters, didn't I? The ones that I'm going to have to put up on the garden. Yeah. So if anyone knows where I can get rid of giant cinema movie posters for Transformers, let me know where I can sell them, because posting them is going to be a bitch.
Maybe we could post one of them, because we've only got one tube, so we could either sell them both or one, but then the other one, I don't know what we'd do with that. We'd have to get another tube. But it's a shame that they're just sat there, isn't it?
This is asked if I ever asked you to dress up as a Transformer.
Yeah, not yet.
I really don't want to think about that. So obviously Pele's died today.
Yes,
on a different note, I've just had a thing come through saying
from Transformers to Pele.
I'm literally just putting this out there now. It's just come up saying Vivian Westwood's died as well.
And the director's Holocaust.
So there's 2 deaths today. Just thought I'd announce that.
So, because someone just messaged me that, and I was like, didn't he die like a few months ago?
No, he's
Was-
been poorly, hasn't
So that might have been what I read then.
I think he died years ago.
he? No, he was poorly. I think it was, I want to say like pneumonia or something stupid.
That might
like
be.
that.
I'm getting confused with it. Wait, I'll be back.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Just going back onto the question to come. Just to go back onto that topic, then, sorry, Gareth. What's your holy grail for your video collection?
Don't think I've got it yet.
What would it be? What have you got your eyes out that your eyes on that you've not been able to find?
It's always the X-rated horror films. They're the most valuable. There's a nice Australian Fright Night box set, which is in the shape of a coffin. I've got the Dracula one in the shape of the coffin.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Each country had a different one. So America had Nightmare on Elm Street. Australia had Fright Night. So yeah, they're nice coffin-shaped boxes, but they're very expensive and foreign.
AJ, what would your holy grail piece be that you've not found yet?
What are we talking about?
Collections, figures, Blu-rays, VHS. What's the one thing that you want that you've not got?
More room.
I would say the Playmobil Klingon Bird of Prey.
The full size one or just a bridge?
No, the full size, the ship.
The full size one, yeah.
But I've actually got it in the next room. I got it for Christmas as a surprise. I knew nothing about what.
Because you could get the Enterprise in full size or just a bridge, couldn't you?
I've got the Enterprise as well. Yeah. And I don't know. I the thing is now I can't. Like I said, when I do my room tour, you'll see I've got no space for anything now. I've got to stop. I've seriously got to stop. I may pick up the odd one or two things a year, but
because I was watching Mark's stream a couple of months ago when he just got the Playmobil Enterprise out. And I was like, I love that. And he was sort of showing us all the insides of it and stuff. And I was made up, but I just haven't got the space for a 4 foot long figure.
No, it's got to be hung from the ceiling.
Yeah, I just haven't got the space for it.
What percentage of children bought that? What percentage of adults bought that, do you reckon?
No children have ever bought that figure.
But it's Playmobil, it's like 4-year-olds.
Yeah, and I can just imagine dads like me going, "You're not playing with that. Don't touch it. It's not a toy." What is Playmobil?
The thing is, once I get that up in the room hung with the Enterprise, I've also got a really large Imperial TIE fighter that's going up there. I've got that's it. I'm done. I'm done for space. Collecting days are over. Sorry.
What's Steve's holy grail, mate? Because are you still converting the loft, or you're getting your extension? I can't remember which way you're going.
I'm getting the extension. The loft. The problem with the loft is they'd have to drop the ceilings for it to be compliant with building regs. So we could do the loft, but the problem is we won't be able to class it as anything. So we're gonna double story on the garage.
And then you're extending the movie room into one of them.
Well, I think to be fair, I think I'm going to end up with this stuff in a loft anyway. I think it will be converted in some capacity, but just not officially. But that's probably the long-term game for us, because the conversion for the other room is just going to give us another bedroom. Really, I can't then go. Well, I'll move all this stuff into there, and you can have the small room. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. At this moment in time, I'm not sure, to be fair.
I'm trying to talk Lara into putting the spare bed in her office so I can put units out in this one. So the staggered. So
standing units, glass cases.
Yeah.
See it all around.
That's it.
Oh, nice.
So, what would your holy grail be then, Steve?
What movie-wise?
Well, collection-wise, could be movie, figure,
To be
whatever.
fair, there's a couple of the hot toys I've liked. Like I say, a mate of mine's got a collection. We worked at Forbidden Planet for years on end, and it's a hell of a lot of money's worth. But some of those figures go for really good money now. So I'd really like a couple of those. Preferably the Back to the Future ones, like say Marty McFly and those sort of good stuff. I'm just trying to think what else I would like.
Chris is saying here that he wouldn't mind having a Ziggy.
Oh yeah, the hand link replica. Yeah,
Mm.
that was what we were looking up the other week, wasn't it?
Didn't Hot Toys do a large Batmobile, Tim Burton's Batmobile? I think they did.
Oh,
Didn't
that'd be amazing. Yeah, I think they did, but that would be amazing to have that now.
Yeah.
The one from the first two Batmans.
Mm,
It's by far my favourite Batmobile. That.
Yeah,
easily.
I got a few die-cast ones, but only
Yeah.
yay big.
So I was reading a thing the other day that was saying that the most popular Batman movie is still the second one. I would agree with that. I think that's probably my favourite one, to be fair, with Michelle Pfeiffer and Dan DeVito in.
What would your holy grail be for your collections? Because you've got like Wallace and Gromit, and you've got your planes and stuff.
But I'm
haven't
not a
you?
big hoarder like you. Well, on the airplanes, I've got pretty much everything I want. One thing I would like to find, but I'd like to find it like cheap at the car boot or something, is the big Were Rabbit, because they're worth good money.
Yeah.
I've got a little one, but if you get the big one, that's worth good money. Were you gonna say you couldn't remember what yours is, or you couldn't think what yours is?
Oh, yeah, I can't think what.
What
mine
do you
would
ask me
be.
for all the time? And I might give in one day.
I'm not allowed to say that on stream.
Why?
Devastator.
Was it a cup of tea?
Tea, yeah. Come on, cup of tea. No, Devastator. The original Devastator. Because they're like 300, 400 quid now.
Well, the other thing
Really?
people always ask me about is those, like, I think it's in that tattoo shop somewhere. It's like a 7-foot Predator.
Yeah. Do you know the Predators that are made out of gears and chains? And Alan's tattoo shop up in Morton's got a 7-foot tall one. It's in the window display, and it just looks absolutely amazing. And it's just like that can go in the garden. I'm sure we can get in the garden. So after that, or one of those big promotional space.
Needs to be indoors to protect it.
Yeah, one of those.
Promotional space?
The
The big massive space.
yeah, the 9-foot Space Marines, when they released Dawn of War, each of the game shops got one, to put in a promotional stand. And, someone found a load in a scrap heap, didn't they? And it was.
We talked about that one, Steve.
Which one's that one?
Focus.
2
I'm
seconds.
trying.
There you go. Hold still.
Yeah, that's a Devastator, yeah, but it's not an original one, is it?
Okay, so what does the fucking original one look like?
Green for a start, not yellow.
Well, to be
Green
fair,
and
for a
purple.
start, it is green.
Oh, you look yellow on the.
No, it's green and purple.
All right, yeah. So yeah, how much is he?
80. No, starting bid, so that it's going to be bidded up in it.
Yeah. So if you can get a good one in good condition with all the parts and everything, they're about 300 quid.
Bloody hell!
So
I was
yeah,
just interested to see what it is.
I need to get Omega Supreme. I need to get the other combiners, and I need to get Fortress Maximus as well. And then I'll be done.
That's what you need.
That's what I need. Yeah. And I'm done then. So it only cost about.
Write that down. He's done after that.
I'm done after that. That'll be my collection done. And then I might move on to Battlestar Galactica then.
That's a Star Galactica 80.
Have you got all the Dinobots?
I've got all the Dino bots I've got a couple of the new ones, and I've got a couple of the G1 ones. So I do need to go get the vice versa from a couple of all in all. I've got the set,
Yeah.
but including the new release one they did for the as a Raptor for Titan's Return. So they did Volcanus. She's up there. She's there. But yeah, I've got a couple of the new Dino bots here. But the thing is that the size of the new ones compared to the G1s, there's the G1 slag. And there's the Titan Return slag. So
Sorry.
the half size compared to the old ones. But she's not, you can't call her slag anymore.
No, it's Snarl now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what did happen to Snarl? Because you did have one called Snarl as well.
Snarl was it the Bronchosaurus?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What happened to his name?
They just doesn't. What did they call him?
Or was he just dropped altogether?
No, he's still around. I don't think Slag's called Snarl. I'll just be phone, babe. We'll find out.
So I remember Slag being called Slag.
That from Slave One was a spaceship. Yeah, who are you calling a slag?
I did have to double take on that one, Neil, to be honest. When he started shouting slag on the stream, I'm like, did he just say what I think he said?
I had to think.
Yeah, it's when he's walking around the toy shop saying, "Oh, I haven't got slag."
Yeah, Grimlock, Slag, Sludge, Snarl, and Swoop.
They took a long time to think about those names, didn't they?
And then they got renamed.
Who complained?
Well, considering isn't slag like a tar pit sort of?
It's molten metal. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a heap, isn't
yeah, it's the crap
just-
that you get on top that forms.
it?
Yeah. What?
Nothing to do with that film with Dolph Lundgren in there with two large ladies.
What one's that?
This is Fat Slags. They made a real life movie of it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Nor did I haven't seen it, but I know Dolph Lundgren's in it for some fucking reason. He must be
All
desperate.
right. Yeah. So Snarl is still Snarl.
Yeah.
Slag is now Slug.
Oh, okay, all right.
And
Makes sense.
it was changed in 2012 because apparently slag is a naughty word in the UK.
Yes, it's a derogatory word for
Is it though?
women.
Well, I don't know. They might just be called bankrollers if you look at the Twinder Swindler. But yeah, that's why I couldn't think what Snarl was called again because they haven't changed them. They've changed slag into slug.
That's great. There you go.
So I don't know. Right, ladies and gents. On that note, we're going to call tonight to an end. Really.
I'm just about to go upstairs and get all my toys out. I collect them all.
The only toys that can be shown on here are Steve's, so sorry, mate, wrong channel.
Now, I know I keep saying this, and I will. There's a couple of people, AJ and Mark, for example, that I want to get on, do a bit of a sci-fi and comic chat and a toy show, a bit of a show and tell. I think that'll be really, really good. So, gents, I'll invite you on at some point.
I feel like we've just lived it.
Yeah, you're going to redo the set.
You'll know when we're doing it, Steve, because you'll just get a notification we've gone live, and you won't be. Gareth, what have you got coming up in the next coming weeks? What are we watching? What are we?
Oh, look, he's got it. Yes, Clue. Watch party
Yes,
on
I've noticed your videos as if you. I could have quite happily joined in.
Ghostbusters 2 on Monday. Had to be changed from yesterday. And someone's joining me for a sing along. Little Shop of Horrors.
Love
Yes.
Little Shop
When,
of
when, I,
Horrors.
when I said yes to that, you neglected to tell me you were doing a sing along version. It was yeah.
I thought you didn't like musicals.
I don't like musicals, but the only two that I do like is the Little Shop of Horrors and the Blues Brothers.
Well, Al's got Blues Brothers.
No, because Blues Brothers is not a musical.
It has loads of songs in it.
But it's not a musical. The musical is where they sing through the whole thing.
Is it?
You know, like the Little Shop of Horrors. That's a musical.
You like
The Blues Brothers is a movie. It's a film with music in it.
That's cool.
Makes sense.
So,
Yes.
what's your opinion on Clue then? Because to me, I've loved that film since I was little, and it's not got a
Yeah,
massive.
I can't believe it flopped so hard.
Yeah, it's not got a massive following that I'm aware of.
No.
Clue
I think
or
it's
Clueless?
No Clue.
Because you love Clueless as well, don't you, Steve?
Oh, amazing! Top 10 of the last 20 years.
Oh God!
Wait, what's your opinion on it, AJ? Clue.
Sorry?
Clue. What's your opinion on it?
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it for
Wow.
a long time, so I couldn't.
Oh, there's a good opportunity coming up.
Is that the homework movie? Is it,
Yeah.
Steve? And we'll all watch it together.
No, it's on Video Tasties channel.
Mhm. See, when you say Clue, the only Clue I'm thinking of is the one from Tron Legacy.
No, Tim Curry's
Gallagher.
brilliant movie, Clue.
Yeah, I think that because it's called Cluedo here, that's the problem, isn't it?
Ah,
Mm.
Yes.
so it's based on the game, is it?
It's based on the game, so all the characters are in the game and someone gets murdered.
Right. Okay.
Have you not seen it?
No.
This is disappointing now.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
So do you know how I felt about an hour ago when we were talking about TV series?
Okay.
Right. So on that, AJ, what have you got coming up? What did you film 6 months ago that you're only releasing next week?
Well, he's just released one while we're live. That's how
Well,
efficient he is.
Ah,
Yes, I
right.
did have yeah, I did actually. At 9 o'clock, I had a video go live. Yes, a movie review that was for Glass Onion. What have I got that I filmed 6 months ago? Well, in a couple of weeks, I will have my Wise A to Z of my films. The Wise. That was probably filmed about 6 months ago. But no, as of I don't know, what have I got? Okay, let's just talk 1st of January, which is when I'm in the new room. I'm filming in the new room, new aesthetic. Everything's going to look new apart from me. So the background's new. My opening's going to be new. Everything about the channel. We're having a mix-up of days when stuff is on. Just like a complete sort of refresh almost.
That sounds good. That sounds like I need to keep an eye out for the new movie room. Like I say, you've just been teasing me with all these pictures that you keep putting up. And
I know, and I have done a couple of videos now where I'm actually sat in the doorway of the room, and you can see it just behind me.
Yeah, the sort of thing. You're just teasing me now. You like it. Yeah.
Like 30 meters of lighting in there, strip lighting.
Thanks.
Bloody hell.
Going round behind the cabinets and working its way.
Cheaper just buying a new bulb, you know, rather than doing that.
Yeah.
So is it somewhere that you're going to entertain guests?
No,
It's just for you.
just for me. Yeah.
It's got a lock on the door.
People can go in there with me. As long as they don't touch anything, and it's all good.
That's the velvet rope.
Oh God!
Now my kids went in there when they came over at Christmas. They all ran upstairs, went in there, and looked in there. And my son's got my eldest son. He's got a nose for sweets, and I had a jar there filled with Skittles. And when they'd gone home, I came to realise that this jar was half empty.
See, when my kids came here at Boxing Day, the eldest, she's just not interested in the toys at all. The youngest came up and she just went, "What have you done to my room?" Not your room, it's my room. But okay, so no, it's my room. What have you done to it? You know, all the toys and everywhere. She's just like, the room would be great for an 8-year-old. And I'm like, fuck off, get home.
Yeah, no, the room I've gone into now is my daughter's room here.
Does she know?
Sorry?
Does she know when she's coming back and there's no longer a room?
She saw the videos. And but no, she's you know, she's working now, she's in college, so rarely do they come. So
fair enough, mate.
Became mine.
Gents, now we'd normally spin the wheel for homework movies, and you might have thought that we haven't done that tonight. And the reason for it is because I'm going to ask you both for a recommendation for a homework movie for next week.
Clue.
Yeah, thank you.
Tune in to
That
Video
I can
Tasty
do.
and watch your homework together, ladies and gents.
So it's Clue. So there's the first one.
Yeah.
Don't bother with the wheel, just put Clue down.
AJ?
Well, put me on the spot, why don't you?
Yeah, that wasn't mentioned in the homework.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't mentioned. No, you're right.
Wow. Midnight Run. I know we've done that one.
We've done that one.
Just a similar film.
Do you want
Can
to
I just go with that?
because just do the one? I was going to say, do you want to
We
recommend?
don't want 2 homeworks. There's only a
Yeah, just do the one. Go for the one.
Clue it is then. Clue.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Right.
write it down for you.
Yes, you write down Clue.
So this is officially the last video, the last live of this year.
It is for us. Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for the support over this last year. And obviously, it's lovely meeting new guys. And I'm so grateful that you guys have come on today as well.
Thank you for having
Andrew.
us.
Thank you.
Me.
I mean, it means the world to us to have the support. So thank you guys for that.
All right, thank you.
Nice. So on that note, ladies and gents, thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Liking the video does tell YouTube to push it out to other people, and you can get us further out into the world from there. If you haven't already, then please hit the subscribe button. I've been checking my phone as we've gone through, and tonight we've picked up 3 new subscribers.
Oh, brilliant.
On tonight's
Nice.
show. So, thank you very much for everyone that's popped in. Thank you for hitting that button. As Steve said on his very soppy ending to his Robin Williams video, it does mean the world to us that you are watching. We do it just to entertain you. And I know I do take the piss a little bit out of little Steve, but trust me, he deserves it. He does a lot, and he does deserve it.
What?
On that note, we're going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Bye bye.